Life frequently confronts us with an undeniable reality. People enter and exit our lives. We form bonds, build connections, and often invest our emotions deeply into these relationships. But what happens when these connections unravel? How do we bear the emotional weight when someone no longer shares our space, or when we realize they never felt the same emotional depth we did? You might wonder, how do I stop caring? Or is it possible to detach emotionally without losing part of myself? This is where Stoicism, particularly the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, offers guidance. The Stoics were masters of understanding human emotions, not by suppressing them, but by learning how to regulate their influence. Emotional detachment isn't about becoming indifferent or cold. Instead, it's about reclaiming the ability to act with clarity and inner calm. In this video, I'll share 5 timeless Stoic principles to help you emotionally detach from someone using Marcus Aurelius's wisdom as our compass. These aren't just philosophical ideas. They are practical steps designed to reshape how you relate to yourself and those around you. Rule 1. Embrace the impermanence of life. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. In emotional attachments, we often cling to a personal narrative we've created about someone's importance in our lives. Yet the truth is that all relationships are temporary. People leave, whether through distance, death, or the gradual fading of intimacy. Understanding this reality doesn't have to be bleak. Instead, it allows you to live more fully in the present. Think of holding sand in your hand. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips away. Life follows the same principle. The more you cling, the quicker it fades. I've experienced this firsthand in a decade-long friendship. Over time, the connection faded, and despite my resistance, the distance grew. It wasn't until I accepted the friendship had run its course that I could let go of the emotional burden. Marcus Aurelius would advise the same. Accept that things end, and you will suffer less when they do. Rule 2. Govern your emotions with rational thought. It's tempting to think our emotions control us, but the Stoics believe the opposite. Emotions don't reflect reality. They're shaped by our thoughts and interpretations. Marcus Aurelius taught, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. For example, imagine going through a breakup. You might replay conversations or question why it happened, letting your emotions spiral. A Stoic response would be to ask, what are the facts here? Focus on facts, not assumptions. By doing so, you regain control over your emotional state. I've been in situations where a friend didn't respond to a message, and my mind immediately spiraled into worry and overthinking. Only later did I realize nothing was wrong. They were simply busy. Reflecting on Marcus Aurelius's wisdom, I saw that my emotional storm stemmed not from reality, but from my thoughts about it. Rule 3. Practice negative visualization. At first, imagining worst-case scenarios might sound counterintuitive, but this Stoic practice helps prepare your mind for life's inevitable losses. By mentally rehearsing these scenarios, you reduce their emotional impact if they occur. I once imagined life without a close friend who was moving overseas. Although the thought was painful, it helped me prepare for their absence. By the time they left, I wasn't overwhelmed by grief because I had already rehearsed it in my mind. Recognizing life's impermanence isn't morbid, it's liberating. When you stop expecting permanence, you free yourself from unnecessary fear of loss and learn to appreciate the present moment. Rule 4. Focus on what you can control. Stoicism teaches that some things are within your control, your thoughts, actions, and responses, while others, like other people's behavior, are not. Trying to control the uncontrollable only leads to frustration. In relationships, it's natural to want to influence how others feel about you, but the reality is you can't. All you can control is how you respond. I've been in relationships where I constantly tried to hold things together, but the more I tried to control their feelings, the more anxious I became. Letting go of that need for control brought immense relief and allowed me to reclaim my peace. Rule 5. Reflect on the bigger picture. When emotions run high, it's easy to lose perspective. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to take a broader view, reflecting on the fleeting nature of life's troubles. Ask yourself, will this pain matter in 5 years? Does this person truly define my existence? I once went through a breakup that felt devastating. Over time, I realized that while the relationship was meaningful, it wasn't the entirety of my story. By stepping back, I saw the relationship as one chapter in a much larger narrative. Ultimately, emotional detachment isn't about shutting down your emotions. It's about gaining resilience and clarity. By embracing impermanence, mastering your thoughts, and reflecting on the bigger picture, you'll find a path to peace and strength that no external change can shake.